I'll start my presentation with this one question. How can students use Coca-Cola cans to help farmers? Does anybody have a possible answer for this? How can students use Coca-Cola cans to help farmers? Can I have somebody to answer my question? How can students use Coca-Cola cans to help farmers? How can we use Coca-Cola cans to help farmers? Yes, do I have a response over here? So we just give the Coca-Cola can so that they can drink the Coca-Cola? Is that the possible answer? To take water, yes, that could be a possible answer. How about the rest from this side? How can we use Coca-Cola cans to help farmers? As what? For washing? Yes, possible. Okay, so yes, also possible. So, I will start by sharing with you about this story. So, we went to this village in Yogyakarta, Indonesia 3 years ago. The name of the village is Banjarharjo. So, our students, 25 of them, together with the students from the Yogyakarta universities, they stay in this village for 2 weeks. Okay, so they sleep in the villagers' house. They do the work that the villagers do every day, and then they follow them. They observe how the villagers live their life, and then they also interview the villagers about the difficulties that they are facing in their daily life. So at that time, the villagers mentioned to the students, one of the most difficult part that they are facing is the drying of the seeds. So traditionally, the way they do the drying is they open a mat. Okay, they lay the mat on the roadside and then they put the seeds. So as the result, birds can easily come and eat the seeds. And then the rodents, the rats, the cockroaches will easily eat the seeds. And then it takes them 5 days to dry the seeds. And when it rains, then the whole seeds will be wet again. So they say this is a very problematic issue for them. So by staying together with them, the students realize that this is a very important issue that the students need to help them. So the students came up with this idea. It's an affordable and highly efficient dryer. It is made of beverage cans. If we put beverage cans on the roadside, okay, on a sunny day, you will feel that the cans are very hot, right? And then if we paint the cans into black color, it will be even hotter. The temperature will increase to 10 degrees Celsius higher than ambient temperature. So the students conceived this idea. It's a very simple idea, and then they come back, okay? They come back to Singapore and then follow up on this project, and then they built this prototype, okay? And then eventually, a few months after that, they come back to the same village, okay? They come back to the same village. They come back to the same village to implement this idea. So basically, by putting the seeds inside these beverage cans that are painted in black color, the rate of evaporation will be faster. And then at the same time, because the seeds are inside an enclosed container, birds cannot eat the seeds. And then the rodents also cannot approach the seeds. So the seeds are safer. And then when it rains, it will also help the farmers to have some lead time to bring the whole seeds back to the sheltered area. Okay? And then the students came back a few months after they went to that village the first time, and then they shared this idea. They implemented this prototype to the community, and then they also transferred their know-how to the community. And then we are very happy to know that that the villagers up to now, they are still using this very simple prototype. Okay? So how could all this be possible? How could all this possible? How could 25 students from Singapore Polytechnic can come to Yogyakarta, stay in the village for 2 weeks, work together with the community, and then come up with this possible solution? How could all this be possible? It's all because of this program. The name of the program is Learning Express. In short, we call it LEX. Okay. So what is this program? This program is an immersive student program that allows students from various countries to use their domain skills to innovate by identifying and solving community issues collaboratively. Okay? So the keyword here is the immersive student program. So they immerse themselves into the lives of the community. Okay? So the classroom is no more the classroom, the physical classroom that we know. The community now becomes a classroom for them. And then they work together with people from various countries. So it's not just students from Singapore, but also students from various countries. And then they apply what they have learned into a real setting to solve real world issues. And then they come up with simple innovation. So it's not a complicated innovation, but it's a very simple innovation by, firstly, the most important thing is identifying what is the issue. Okay? What is the issue? Not how to make it. Once we know what is the issue, it's very easy to solve it. Okay, so I'll be showing this video that explains what is Learning Express in a nutshell.
Learning Express is an international social innovation program. The objective will be to get
Mindanao University of Science and Technology, Rizal Technological University, Cebu Normal University, and Bulacan State University. And then Singapore Polytechnic as the host. And then also we have partners from Vietnam, Vietnam National University, Da Nang University, Ho Chi Minh University of Economics, and College of Economics at Ho Chi Minh City. So it's a truly transnational education program. How about the students? Maybe some of you have this, when you saw the video, maybe you think that the students only come from engineering schools. So actually it's not. Okay, so the team of students consists of a multidisciplinary teams. The students come from different disciplines. We have students from communication, arts and social sciences. We have students from business administration. We have students from civil engineering, mechanical engineering, information technology, international business. Why we form such a multidisciplinary team? Because we want the students to be able to look at the issue from multiple perspectives. And then they can also bring various skill sets when they want to help the community. So why is it very important to have this multidisciplinary team, so that when they come to the village, they can see the issues that the villagers are facing holistically. So instead of coming with just an engineering solution, they will come with lots of perspective. Okay, so that we can identify what is the core, the most important issues. So the next question is, why Singapore Polytechnic is doing this? Why Singapore Polytechnic is spending so much money? Because it's a quite expensive program, okay, and then lots of resources is bring in to support this program. So why we are doing this? Because we believe there's an evolution in the future economy. Singapore started as an industrialized economy in the 1970s, in the 1980s. Singapore was building lots of manufacturing plants. Okay, is to, because the economy at that time is more industrialized. So Singapore was creating factory workers, okay, in the 1970s and 1980s. And then the economy shifted to a knowledge economy base. So Singapore was producing more bankers, okay, knowledge workers, people who can apply the theory that they have learned in school into reality, okay, knowledge workers. But this knowledge economy is shifting towards innovation economy. So we need to create innovators. Why the proof that this shift in economy is happening is, firstly, there's an outsourcing of skill and problem-solving jobs, and also automation of routine jobs. I give you one example. I'm a lecturer. I'm very, very concerned in 10 years' time, I won't be having any more jobs, because the lecturer's job will become obsolete. Because nowadays, there's so many online education platforms. People can just go to YouTube and then watch the videos, and then they can learn from the videos. So I'm very concerned as a lecturer that eventually in 10 years time there's no more lecturer job. Okay, because it's the fact, because there's lots of outsourcing and then automation, all these things. So we, the lecturers, also have to innovate. Okay, so one of our thinking is we have to create educational program that will help the students grow to become innovators. So there's one mindset that we have adopted, okay, to help to mold the students to become innovators. So instead of using a traditional model in problem solving, you know, when we are teaching the students, we give them specifications, we give them a problem set, and then we ask them to solve this problem set. So we believe that this traditional model in problem solving is no longer appropriate. If we want to mold students to become innovators, they need to have a very different way in solving problems. So the innovators model, the model that we use is called design thinking model or design thinking method, which is one of the most important components in the Learning Express program. So what is this design thinking method? We always start with the people. Okay? We observe the people, we try to understand them, we ask them about their pain points, their experience in doing their daily life, so that we can understand what is the real issue, what is the human desirability in this aspect. And then from there, then the students will start thinking about the solutions that could be helpful for the user, for the people. And then they will also learn about the business viability, how to make this idea into reality. So this is the problem-solving method that we have adopted to mold the students to become innovators, which is one of the key components in our Learning Express program. So what is the big idea? Okay, what is the big idea? What does Singapore Polytechnic want to achieve by doing all of this? Singapore Polytechnic wants to become a center for design and social innovation in Southeast Asia. We want to build a network of collaborators, okay, among all the Southeast Asian countries by using technology and innovation to co-create solutions to address social issues, and then to build bridges across the ASEAN member states. We are doing this because we are part of the larger consortium of International Development and Innovation Network. So there's this IDIN. So Singapore Polytechnic is one of the members. Besides Singapore Polytechnic, the other members consist of MIT, Massachusetts Institute of Technology, and University of California, Davis, and then Colorado State Universities, Olin College, and a few other universities in South America and also in Africa. So we are forming this bigger consortium of international development and innovation network, where the main purpose is to use technology and innovation to address social issues. So one of the sub-units that Singapore Polytechnic have created to form this ASEAN Design and Innovation Network is the Learning Express program. And then we also have the other sub-unit, which is the technology transfer, so that whatever technology that we have conceived from the Learning Express program can be transferred easily to the community. And then of course we also have funding. We have a very generous organization that have been supporting us for the past 5 years. Besides Temasek Foundation, we also have ASEAN Secretariat. And then of course, creating common creations among all the education institutions in Southeast Asia. So I want to share another story about the students' experience when they join this program. So we have this project at Banjar Arum Village, Yogyakarta, Indonesia. So the students went to this village. They stay for 2 weeks to help the community, and then the students realized one of the major issues that the community is facing is cooking. So at that time, so many of the villagers are still using the traditional biomass, the wood stove. Okay, so it's the stove is made of stone, and then they use biomass as the fuel. So as we know, 3 billion people still cook over these smoky wood fires, and smoke inhalation is the primary cause of death in rural areas. So it's very hazardous for them, it's very unhealthy for them if they keep on practicing this way in cooking, if they keep on using the biomass stove in cooking, because the smoke, right? Once the smoke enter our eyes, we will feel itchy. Okay? And when we inhale the smoke, we will feel sore throat also. Okay, which is very, very dangerous for our health. So the students came up with this idea. So they designed a stove that still uses wood as the fuel. But now, by understanding the principle of the combustion reaction and then the fluid dynamics, they first prototyped this by using simple cans. Okay, and then they tested this, and then they come up with a better design, and then finally they make the real prototype, and then they bring back this real prototype to that community. And then they implemented this, and then they give it to the community, and then transfer the know-how, how to operate, how to make, and then how to maintain to the community, so that the community can self-sustain themselves after we leave that village. Okay, and then as you can see, most of the students that are involved in this Learning Express program from Singapore are mostly female. Why? Because we want to show that female also can do a lot of things, instead of, because there's many conception that female are homebound, they have to stay at home, take care of the family. But we believe female can also do lots of innovation. That's the reason why we always encourage our female students to join this program. Now, before I finish my sharing, I would like to show one video that showcases the students' experience, not from Singapore, not a student from Singapore, but it's the students from Japan. So he, Mr. Ito, he joined Learning Express in March 2014, and then he joined us in Yogyakarta, Indonesia, and then he will share his experience inside this video. So